All right, welcome back to the Crabby. Today we're going to be playing Villages of Valeria, which is a very similar game to other games of this type, like Race for the Galaxy, San Juan, where you're going to be picking an action and everyone else is going to follow doing the exact same action. All right, so this is going to be a quick playthrough. Three things before we start. Please like, subscribe, and comment on my YouTube channel. That would be fantastic. Let's go. All right, welcome to the Villages of Valeria playthrough. So as you can see here, we're going to be playing a two-player game. I have the red player versus the white player. We're going to start on 0 on the building track here, and let's get started. All right, so if you've not seen one of my videos before, I'm going to go slow at the start, teaching you how to play, but then I'm going to speed it up to try to get to the end game later on. All right, so for the setup, you're going to have your row of 5 building cards and 5 adventures, and you're going to deal 6 cards to each player. 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, that's player red. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to player white. Now, before you start the game, all right, you get to develop one of your cards. All right, what that means, I'm going to show you later in the game, but the developing action means putting one of these cards as a resource card underneath your castle so you can use that resource to build future buildings. So I'm looking at my hand over here, and maybe something I'm going to want to build, early on in the game. I usually like to build a card that has one of these powers so that I can, keep benefiting from that power as we go. So I'm going to want to build one of these two. So this one is when I recruit, I can get a couple of extra cards. And this one's really powerful. When I develop, I'll get a coin. Unfortunately, this one does require 4 resources, which is kind of tough at the start of the game. All right, but I think I'm going to strive to get this one done as early as possible. So this is going to take 2 magic, a stone, and a food. So I'm looking at my cards here. All right, I got a food, I got a stone, I got a wood, and I got a magic. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is, because I have no intention here of building this witch's hut, I think I'm gonna install this one as a resource. So you're gonna take this one and slide it under like this. All right, now this player is gonna do the exact same thing. I'm just gonna go through their cards quick, and I think they're gonna play the build stuff as fast as possible to get adventures and to strive to get to the end game before my player can build up an engine. So what they're going to do is maybe they're going to build the tannery first, and that requires a apple, although the apple they can get off their castle. So I think what they're going to do is maybe maybe build this one here. All right, because a lot of their buildings need wood. They're going to install this one for wood. All right, and this one's going to go like this. Boom, and that was the setup. Now we're ready to go. All right, so how this game works is you're going to take turns going back and forth, being in charge of first player and choosing the action. It's a very similar game to Race for the Galaxy, San Juan, and games of that type, where the first player is going to pick an action. They're going to get a better version of that action, and every other player can follow doing a less powerful version of that action. All right, and I'm going to pretty much show you all the actions in the first couple of minutes here. All right, so this is first player here, player red. All right, and already we already decided that they're going to try to build this one as fast as possible. So they're going to need a stone and a food resource card, which they do have. Another thing you do have to keep note is this requires 4 resources, and to pay for resources, you need to use your coins on your buildings, and they only have 3 coins right now. So you know what? I think what they're going to do to start off the game is they're going to go on tax. And what tax allows them to do as the primary person is they're going to take a coin from the general supply, add it to their castle, and they get to draw a card. All right, now I didn't even look at these cards yet. I didn't even formulate a plan in my head. But you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a card off the top of the deck. All right, so you can either grab from a discard pile or take it from the top of the deck. All right, and I grab this card. Now, everyone else who follows the tax gets to just draw a card. All right, so they're going to look at their hand here. They're going to look at the display. And I think because they want to push the pace a little bit, I think what they're going to do is they're going to pick up the fountain. All right, this is a good one to build stuff really fast, because if they have a lot of cards, they can use cards to turn into resources. All right, and they're going to put that into their hand. Whenever somebody takes a card from the display, you're just going to fill it up. And there you go, we did 1 round of the game. You're just going to jump back and forth. If you're playing more than 2 players, you're just going to be going around the table, passing this card around to the person who's going to pick the action. All right, and then you're going to go till you hit the end game. Now, the end game is going to hit when somebody reaches 12, because we are playing 2 or 3 players, 12 buildings and adventures in total in the tableau. All right, now we have 0 in our tableau. Your castle doesn't count. All right, and these resource cards don't count either. All right, and now we're gonna jump over to player 2. So I think what they're gonna do is, like I mentioned, they want to try to, pick up the pace here. So I think they're gonna do a build action because they want to build the tannery. So they're gonna do build action. All right, now this one, as you can see, it costs a food. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna put a coin on the wild resource here. All right, it's basically like paying for the resources. When you use them in your own tableau, you're gonna end up getting those coins back. But if you really wanted, you can actually use coins on your opponent's available spots as well, except for their castle, to get resources, but you're gonna end up losing that coin because it's gonna go to your opponent. So they're gonna want to build a tannery. They paid for it, they added to their tableau. I'm gonna put it up here. All right, and the benefit for this is the lightning bolt means you get it once right away and that's it. And this one is gain a coin. So they're gonna get a coin here and add it to their tableau. All right, and they're done. All right, the benefit for picking the build as the primary guy is you get to take a card as well. You get a draw. So I think what they're gonna do is, what's cheap out here that looks pretty good? I think they're gonna go for the Witch's Hut. Sure, let them do that. And actually, I'm not gonna go for the Witch's Hut. I'm gonna go for the farm. All right, they're gonna try to get a lot of abilities of build so that when they build, they get a bunch of bonuses. All right, and we're gonna replace that card. All right, now it's gonna jump over to player 1, and now do they want to build? Oh boy, right now they could build if they want. The only thing they could build is the Holy Shrine. I also have available wood over here, so I technically would also be able to build the Forge's Den, but remember, I do want to really build this cloister. Although the cloister is for developing, and that's by storing extra cards. So I don't know how many times I really want to do that action. The build one here is nice. You get to draw an extra card. And the recruit one is really nice as well. You get to draw more cards. So you know what? Let me build. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna build this Holy Shrine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a coin here, put a coin here. All right, those are my 2 magic. Remember, this one's wild. And I'll add this to my tableau. And this one is draw a card. So I'm gonna look at the tableau over here. What do I want to do? This is an end game scoring card. That's not bad. Also, another thing is when you're building, you sort of also want to look at these adventures because they do have a requirement. So like to get this adventure here, you need 2 of these symbols in your tableau and these symbols, so on and so on. So by getting a shrine symbol, it's not really helping me for this one or this one, but for this one I will need 2 I think they're called underworld symbols. This one is get 1 of each, and this is also get 1 of each. So you know what? I'm probably gonna try to get a underworld symbol. So maybe I can get this one, or I get 1 of each and get 1 of those 2. Sure. Let me try to get the necromancer because that actually lets me draw a card. So I think I'm gonna take the Witch's Hut. And then, although do I already have a Witch's Hut? No. Very important, you can't build the same building twice. So it's pointless to ever pick up the same building again. Boom, and there's like that. We finished the build of this player. Now we're gonna jump over to the other player to be the first player again. All right, so now we move over to this player. By the way, when it hits your turn and you have this card and you have to decide the action, any coins that you have on your cards get returned back into your castle. All right, that's how you get your coins back. All right, so if I really want it, now might be a good time to do a build action because I know my opponent might not be able to respond because they won't be able to build anything for 1 wood. All right, so if I wanted to, I can build the Witch's Hut, which might not be so bad. It'll get me really close to getting the Necromancer card. And you know what? I think I'm gonna do that. Why not? Let's push the pace as well. So I think I'm going to build the Witch's Hut. So this one's a wood and a magic. I already have a magic. So it's going to be a wood and a magic. I'm going to build the Witch's Hut. And this one is a 1-time bonus. Let me focus in a little bit. I can discard a card to get a coin. All right, so there you go. So I'm definitely going to do that. By the way, I did pick the build action. So I will get to draw an extra card at the end of my turn. So what do I want to discard? Let's look at my resources here. Wood, wood, wood. A cloister. It is my only cloister card. You know what? I'm probably going to get rid of one of these two cards. And wow, I really like them both. So, you know, maybe I'll hide this one on top of this one over here. So I discard a card. That's going to give me a coin, because remember the power of the witch's hut. All right, and now it's the end of my turn. I get to draw. Guess what? I'm going to draw the card that I just discarded. All right, there you go. I'm done. All right, it's going to go to my partner here. He wants to follow. Obviously, he can't follow. He can't do the build. All right, so he's done. All right, there you go. The end of their action. Now it's going to jump to this player. They're going to return all their coins. All right, now which action do they want to perform? They can do the same thing like me and perform a build action, because they know that I won't be able to follow, and that'll be a underworld symbol as well. So right now they got a hammer symbol. They can go get another hammer symbol to try to recruit this one. Do they have another one in their hand? They do. It's all the way over here. And this is a really, really good card. It's one of my favorite cards. So this one, every time you build, you get a free food symbol. All right, so for this one, it's going to need 2 wood, a stone, and a magic. So I think they will do a develop action. They're going to, all right, as you can see here, I can either get a magic, a stone, or another wood. So because I got 3 magic cards, let's use one of these 3 to store as a develop action. So what I'm going to do is I'm definitely do a develop action. So develop action is I need to discard a card to then develop. So, let me develop the fountain here. All right, so I'm going to develop that. So I'm going to have to discard a card. The cathedral is really expensive. I probably won't get to this anytime soon. So let's discard this to a discard pile. And then I'm going to develop this card. Boom. All right, now, as a follow action, this player can discard 2 cards to develop. I think I'm going to do that anyway. All right, so the one I might want to develop is, let's see, I have magic. A lot of these take a lot of food. So do any of these cards give me food? Yes, this one does. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to develop this one. But then I'm going to have to discard 2 cards. I think I'm going to keep my armory and my... oh boy, I like all these cards. All right, let me discard these 2 cards. I'm going to discard this one and this one. And that's going to allow me to develop the food card here. Just like that. And just like that, we both did the action. They did the follow action. Let's move over to this player who's going to pick their action. Just like before, these coins are going to go back onto their tableau over here. All right, so now as their main action, I think this is going to be pretty simple. Whenever you have like 1 or 2 cards left in your hand, you sort of do want to do a harvest action. This is the action that lets you draw cards back up to your hand. And you know what? Looking at these cards, nothing that interesting, to be honest. So I think what they're going to do is, because they already have an army, they don't want to take this card. That'll be kind of pointless. So let's just draw 3 off the top of the deck. 1, 2. So let's see, hammer, hammer. I do need another of the underworld symbols. So you know what? As my 3rd one, let me just grab this one just in case. Boom. Just like that. Those are my 3 cards. That was my action. To follow action for that is just draw 1 card. So because they want a hammer symbol, there's one here. None of them are that interesting there. The other hammers is getting 1 of each. Right now they have a bunch of these underworld symbols. So you know what? They're just going to draw off the top of the deck. Boom. And another one. Great. All right, so there you go. That was that action. All right, now they're going to get to decide what action they want to do. All right, so I think what they're going to try to do is get the hammer down here so that they can definitely get that, recruit that adventure in the next few rounds. So they're going to need a wood. They have a magic. They have, and then 1 of anything else. So that can be a wood or a stone. And unfortunately, they can't do it yet because they can't even pay me for a wood or a stone because I don't even have those resources. So they're gonna have to do another develop, unfortunately. So I think what they're gonna do is develop a stone because that's the one that they don't have. But unfortunately, they don't have a stone card in their hand. Oh boy, maybe they should have thought of that before. So, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 5 cards. If they do a harvest action, they get to draw 3 cards. I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to do the exact same action the red player did. So they get to do a harvest, draw 3 cards. and they're going to grab a couple of these stone cards just so they have stone to develop in the next few turns. They're going to take this as one card. No, let them take this as the second card. Let's refill. And as the third card, let's look at their hand. They have a ton of cards that need wood. Let's grab the, let's see, they don't have any shrine cards in their hand. Let's grab a holy shrine. Why not? Let's refill. All right, now they have a hand of 8. You do have a hand limit of 8. So if you ever have more than 8, you're going to have to discard into the discard pile until you have at most 8. So that's 8. That's good. And now my buddy here, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have a follow action, which is just draw one card. Looking at their hand, shrine, 2 hammers, underworld, a helmet. They have pretty much one of everything. They can go for one of those if they wanted. Let's see, do they need any specific resources? Not really. The thing what they're going to do is they're going to grab the barracks card. Because this one's not bad. When you do develop, you'll get a card. And it's pretty cheap to put down. So that's pretty good. So let's replace that with that one. And look at that. It was a barracks card as well. So I would end up with the same card. All right, so there you go. That was their action. Jump back over to the red player. All right, so the red player, what do they want to do? Just to make things interesting, I think they're going to build one of their buildings. So they got a couple of choices. I think I really want to build one of these 3 because they actually give me bonuses when I take specific actions. You got one for develop here again, and then you have another one for tax. Let's see, I can go for this one because then I'll have the requirement to go get the necromancer. I could alternatively get a helmet, and then I'll be only one building away from getting one of these 2 because I'll have one of each. So let's do that. Let's go get a helmet. And this one is 1 food and 1 stone. So that's what I'm going to do. Pay 1 food, 1 stone. All right, just like that. I'm going to be able to build this. It's a helmet, so I'm going to put it on the side here. Let me toss these ones over because they don't have any powers. Let me put the one with an actual power in my display here. And now when I do a develop action in the future, well, then I'm going to get a card. All right, you do have to perform the action. If I don't develop, well, then I don't get the card, even though somebody else did develop. All right, so I'm going to build this one. All right, and by doing the build action, all right, I get to draw a card. Remember, that's the benefit of doing the build. So looking at my hand here, look out in the tableau. Let's see, the most hammers. Well, I already know that they have a hammer and I haven't gotten a hammer yet, so I don't really want this card. It's not going to help me very much. Let me get the, let's see, I already have the barracks. This is useless. I already have an armory in my hand. This is useless. You know what? None of these cards are great. Let me just draw off the top of the deck. And it's a farm. Actually, I really like this card. That's the a similar card that they have in their hand. All right, so there you go. That was their action. Let's go to this player. They can do a build action. I think they will, obviously. So they can build a holy shrine as well. But they really wanted to build their market or their farm as we indicated before. So I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to go for it. All right, you're going to see that they don't have enough resources. Oh, they can't because they don't have the stone. There's no way for them to get stone or the extra second wood. So they won't be able to build that. So I think what they're going to do, they have absolutely no choice. They can build the witch's hut or the holy shrine. Which one do they want to build? This will get them a coin. This will get them an extra card. Let them just go for the extra card. So they're going to go here, 2 magic. So they can go magic, magic, build this. This one just gives them an extra card. And I think they're just going to take it from the top of the deck. And it's another tannery, which is going to be totally useless. So they're definitely going to want to discard that card whenever they have a chance to discard. All right, so they're done. Let's move over to this player. They're going to return all their coins. All right, and now which action do they want to do? So now they're not quite there yet to recruit anything. They still need a hammer. So that's what they're going to do. So remember, they needed to build the farm. All right, they needed an extra wood or a stone. So I think they're definitely going to do that. So looking at their cards, all right, these are the 2 cards that have stone beneath them. So what they're going to do is they're definitely going to do a develop action. So they're going to discard a card. Looking at their hand, let them discard. You know what? This is 1 point for each of these underworld symbols, and they have a ton in their hand. So you know what? They're going to discard their tannery, obviously, because they already have this card. and let them discard it on top of the keep, whatever. And I think the card that they're gonna put in is the headquarters. All right, they're gonna put the headquarters in like so. All right, pretty much done over here. Let's go over to this player. All right, so now this player, it's gonna cost them 2 cards to do a develop action, and I'm still gonna do it because I'm gonna get one of those cards back, because remember this ability. All right, so I'm looking at my hand. I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna go for one of each type of guy. So I already have a underworld, a shrine, a helmet. I need just one more hammer, and I do have 3 hammers in my hand. So let me get rid of the tannery, and I'm gonna get rid of the smithy. Sure, why not? Let's get rid of these 2 cards. So let's go. I already have this one here, so let's put it here. I already have this one here, let's put it here. And I'm gonna install a, let's see, what I don't have is I don't have wood, so let's install a wood card. So let's do the forger's den like this. Boom. Sorry about that. And now, because I did the develop action, I actually get to draw a card. Remember my power here. So I'm looking at my hand. So what do I want to get? You know what? Again, none of these cards are great. Let me just take it from the top of the deck. Boom, just like that. There you go, done. I followed, we're all good. So now we're gonna jump back over to red as the first player. So again, return all the coins back, and now they get to decide what they wanna do. All right, so now if I wanted to get one of these 2 guys, I'm just missing a hammer symbol, and I'll be able to do it. I have one in my hand, and we already know that this is the one I wanna build. All right, so let's do the build action. All right, and for this one, it's going to be 2 wood, a stone, and a magic. So I'm going to do 1 wood, 2 wood, a magic. Oh, and I don't have a stone. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pay my buddy here to use his stone to build this. Now I paid the resource cost. I'm going to add it to my tableau. So this is another symbol. So I'm going to keep them all in different piles. And I'm going to build this right over here, let's just say. So now in the future, when I do a build, I'm going to get a free food symbol. All right, so right now I have 2 food symbols, a magic, a wood, and a wild. So I don't have a stone one yet. All right, and nothing else for this round for build. So I'm pretty much done. Remember, I'm the primary action taker. I get a free draw of a card. Let me just draw off the top of the deck again, because I'm trying to find another of these underworld symbols so I can maybe get the necromancer. But there you go, I'm done. Just jump over to this player over here, and let's see what they want to build. So I think they wanted to build the farm as well. They beat me to it, but unfortunately I stole his stone. He can't build it because I stole his stone. So he's gonna probably build it as his action on his turn. So I think, is there anything I want to build right now? Yeah, sure, let me build the let's see, I got 1 wood, 1 magic. I can build the witch's hut if I want, although it's not really exciting. See, I can't really build anything with 2 food because I don't even have food in my tableau. I could build the witch's hut. Do I do it? Sure, let's do it. So this one's going to be a wood and a magic. Wood, magic. Build the witch's hut. Remember, this one is discard a card to get a coin. So looking at my tableau, you know what? Let's get rid of this hideout. It's kind of pointless. And let's put it on top of here. That's going to give me a coin. So got plenty of coins in my tableau. And there you go. We're pretty much done. So again, jump over to this player here. Get all your coins back there. That's 6 coins, which is pretty good. All right. So are they close to getting any of those guys up there? They need another hammer or another of these symbols, and they'll be able to get a lot of different choices up there. So let's see, is there any way for me to build? Yes, there is. Remember, I wanted to build my farm, and that's going to give me my second hammer. All right, so let's do it. So I'm going to do a build action. So it's going to be 2 wood. So wood, wood, magic, and stone. So all my resources, exactly enough for this. I'm going to put this in my tableau. So I'm going to put it next to my other hammer over here just to organize my tableau here. And I paid for it. I'm good. I performed this action, so I'm going to get a free draw. So let's see, what does he want? I don't think they want more of these hammers. What they're looking for are the underworld symbols, because if they ever build this one, this is a point per underworld symbol. So they all here have 1, 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, so on and so on. So I think what they're gonna do, you know what, let them just take off the top of the deck, and it's another hammer, unfortunately. All right, we're gonna jump over to red to follow. They can't follow, they can't build anything for 1 red, so they're gonna pass, and there you go, that's the end of the round. Now it's gonna go to red as the first player. So I'm just gonna move this castle around to indicate who the first player is. Obviously, when it's their turn, they get to return all this stuff back. All right, so this player, I think what they're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to do a recruit, because I haven't done it yet. All right, so let's do a recruit action. All right, the way this works is you need to pay a coin to recruit one of these adventurers into your tableau. So I'm gonna pay a coin. All right, and the adventure I'm gonna take is the merchant. So the merchant, what they're gonna do is they're gonna score me a point for each of my developed resources on my castle at the end of the game. All right, because there's an end games card, I'm just gonna put it below over here, but just, you know, sticking up that it's a reminder that I have it. There's other adventures that are one-time bonuses, and other ones that activate when you do certain actions, like these 2 buildings over here. All right, but this one I'm just gonna hide maybe right over here like this for end game scoring. All right. Oh, by the way, I did forget to mention, the requirement of hiring a person is on the left over here. So this one is, you need to have 1 of each of the 4 different building types. And as you can see here, I do have a hammer, a helmet, a shrine, and an underworld icon. So I'll be able to get this one. All right, boom. I'll just put it right over here. All right, there was my action. All right, the primary guy only has to pay 1 coin. Now, anyone else who wants to follow, it's going to cost them 2 coins to follow. And I think they're still going to do it, because obviously following is, you're not losing actions. So what they're going to do is they're going to use 2 coins, and they're going to also take a character. So looking at their tableau, the only character they could take is the baker, right? Because it's going to take 2 hammers, right? They have 2 hammers. They don't have anything else to grab any of the other ones. So that's the one they're going to take. They're going to take the baker. All right, this one, as you can see, is a one-time bonus. They're going to get 2 cards and a coin. So they're going to get 1 of their coins back. All right, and they're going to grab 2 cards. I think they're just going to grab 2 cards off the top of the deck, add it to their hand. And this one, because it's a one-time bonus, I'm just going to put it below over here. We're not going to look at it anymore. And they're pretty much done. That's the end of that round. They're going to be the new first player. So let's look at the 2 cards that they ended up getting. They got a key and blade, which is really good. By the way, I did need to refill the tableau. And there you go. They got a ton of these underworld cards. I think that's what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to build the harbor and put these 2 cards into play as well. All right, and there you get to pick the next action. So let's look at their hand. And I already know that they want to build these 3 buildings as fast as they can. Oh, by the way, it is their turn, so get all their coins back. All right, so let's align this up. So which action do they want to do? So let's see, can they build? They have a wood, they can get another wood. They're missing an apple. Actually, they have an apple. Remember, the farm gives them a free apple every time they build, which is pretty good ability. All right, so I think what they're going to do is they're going to build the Thieves' Den. Yeah, they're going to build the Thieves' Den. So this one, all right, requires 2 apples and 2 wood. Pretty simple. We're going to go wood. We're going to go apple. We're going to go apple. So there's 2 apples. We're going to get a wood, and then we're going to pay my friend here for their wood, and we're going to build the Thieves' Den just like that. And this ability gives me 2 coins. Awesome. All right, and remember, because they chose the build action, they get to a free draw of a card. I think they're just going to keep drawing off the top of the deck. All right, and it's another hammer, which they don't really want, but it is what it is. Let's jump over here. Let's say, do they want to follow? Now, I only have 3 resources, although I could pay my buddy here for a resource. The armory will be nice to build so that I get a couple of bonuses whenever I build. So this is 2 stone and a wood. I could actually do it. So let's do that. So I'm going to build the armory. Although it doesn't really help me with the helmets though. Because none of these really need extra helmets. None of them need extra hammers either. I can go for the extra shrine to try to get the monk, which scores me a point for each shrine. So I can try to get a ton of these shrines done. Maybe that's something I want to do. Sure. Is there any way for me to build this? No. I only have 3 coins, so I can't build any of these 4 level ones. So I got no choice but to do the a 3 cost one. All right, so let me do this one. So this one's going to be a wood and 2 stone. I can't even do it either way. So could I do this one? I can't do this one either. So you know what? I can't even build anything. So never mind. Actually, this one gives me an apple. That's where it was from. So it'd be apple, apple. So let's see. Could I actually do any of these? I could actually do you know what? I could actually do the cloister. Because this one gives me an apple. I can pay him or I can use this as a stone, do this and this. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the cloister. All right, so this one's gonna be an apple, which I get off my farm, a stone, which I'm gonna do right over here, and 2 magic. 1 magic here and 1 magic there. And I'm gonna build this. This is gonna go where my shrines are. All right, and this is whenever I do a develop action, which is adding more cards here, which is also giving me points because of this. It's actually going to give me a coin, which is really good. And there you go. I did the follow action. It's going to jump back over here, get my coins back. Boom, I'm ready to go. So I only got 3 cards left in my hand. All right, so one thing I have been forgetting to track, obviously, is the end game. Obviously, the way it ends is you need to hit 12 adventures and buildings. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So white's at 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and red's at 6. All right, I'll try not to forget from now on. Whenever you get a recruit or a build, you'll move up the track. All right, so looking at player 2 over here, I think what they're gonna do, player 1 actually, is do a harvest because they only have 3 cards left in their hand. They sort of want to give themselves some options. So they're gonna do a harvest. They're gonna grab 3 cards. I think they're gonna try to get some. Remember, they want to get some cathedral or shrine cards. So there's not really that great cards out here for shrines. So they're going to grab 3 off the top of the deck. 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, they didn't even get 1. All right, that's it. Player 2 is going to draw 1 card. And you remember, they want underworld cards. So you know what? They will go grab the hideout card. Boom, just like that. All right, that was them. Let's go over here. What do they want to do? So they can go get that necromancer, but that necromancer gives them a card for each underworld card in their tableau. Right now they're only at 2. They might want to build a few more, especially this one here, which will give them more points for later on. Oh, by the way, they get all their coins back. They have so many coins. Right now, if they wanted, they can just go crazy and build like a marketplace for whatever reason and try to use my resources. But I think they're going to keep it nice and simple. What they're going to do is, man, both of these cards work with the underworld symbols. They're going to score a ton of points with the underworld. So what they're going to do is they're going to build the key and blade. Let them do that. So that's an apple and a wood. So apple. Well, actually, they get the apple from here. So all they really need to do is spend it for wood like this. And that's going to go right over here. And this is just an endgame scoring card, so they get no benefit. And remember, by picking the action, they get a free draw. So let them draw off the top of the deck. They built a building. They're going to go up the track. Let's jump to my buddy over here. They can get to do a build if they want. I think what they are going to do a build. They're trying to do shrines. Unfortunately, they can't build the shrine. They only have 3. Actually, no, they could because they get a free apple. Boom, perfect. That's what they're going to do. They get a free apple. They need a wood. They get a wood. And then they need 2 magic. So a magic and a magic. And they're going to build the oracle over here. So when they do attacks, they get to draw an extra 2 cards. All right, there you go. They're done. Move over. Boom, they're at 7. All right, so player 1, let's get our coins back. So I really need coins. So I'm either gonna do attacks which is going to give me 1 coin plus 3 cards because I get a card for the action and these 2 cards. Or I can do a develop, which is going to give me a coin anyway, and that'll give me a card as well. So you know what? Let me do a develop action. All right, so what I think I'm going to do is develop. Let's see, I need stone. So let me get rid of this armory. All right, so let me do develop action. All right, I want to put this in, so I'm going to have to discard a card. So let me discard the keep. This is a really bad card in 2 players because all other players give you a card, but I don't really want just 1 card. Let me just put that in the discard. I paid my 1, put this in underneath. Like so. All right. Now, because I did a develop, this is going to give me a free card, and I get a gold for this cloister over here. So let me get a gold. And let me grab a card. Again, I think I want some shrines. I do want helmets as well, because this is most helmets. I'll get more points as well. So I need helmets and shrines. I don't really want this card. I'd rather build a different helmet. The shrine for the cathedral. It's not bad, but it's a lot of resources. And when I tax, I'll get an extra coin. You know what? Let me get the cathedral. Why not? I'll get that in my hand. Boom. As a follow action, they can do a develop. I think they will. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cards. Which one don't they have? They already have food, but a lot of their cards need 2 food. But none of the ones they want to build actually need food. They need wood. So what card are they not interested in? This is building, get a wood, recruit, hideout, headquarters. I don't think they want the headquarters, although I don't think they need an extra stone either. They need wood. All right, so let them use this one for wood. Let's do that. Sorry. There you go. And now they got to discard 2 cards for that. So I think what they're going to do is they're just going to grab 2 of these hammer ones because they don't really care about these, and they're going to discard them. Go like this. Now, do they get a bonus here? No, they don't get a bonus for doing a develop action, so they're done. That's the end of the round. Let's go to this player. They're going to be choosing. Get their coins back. All right, so now because they only have 4 cards left in their hand, they have a ton of coins. I think what they're going to do is they're going to do the recruit action. So they're going to spend 1 coin. All right, and which one do they want to recruit? I think they're going to go grab the, well, now they have a choice. They have 3 underworld symbols. They can grab this one, they can grab this one, or they can grab this one. All right, pretty much all options is this is every player gives you a coin. This one you draw a bunch of cards. You know, they can recruit multiple turns in a row because they have so many coins actually. So you know what, just to give themselves some options, they're going to grab this one first. And then after that, they can grab one of the other ones because they know I can't take it because I only have 1 underworld card. So they can grab this one. Let's go up on the track. And this one is get a card for each of these symbols in my tableau. I got 3 of them, so it's going to draw me 3 cards. So looking out here, let's just draw off the top of the deck. 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, I didn't grab a underworld card, which is what I was really hoping to get. Let's jump over here. Do they want to recruit? It is going to cost them 2 coins to do a recruit. Let's flip over to the next card. Let's see, 2 hammers. I don't even have enough for that. And this one is a point per hammer. All right, that doesn't help. So you know what? Oh man. Let's see. If they do it, they're gonna have to tax next turn. I would have rather built this and then tax because this would have gave me an extra coin. Man. Do I pass? I think I have no choice but to pass. So you know what? They're not going to do the action. They're not going to follow because I think they're going to save up to get the cathedral. All right, they're done. All right, so there you go. Move over to this player, and they have to go. So I think they want to build the cathedral as fast as possible. So can they build this now? They could. So an apple, they get it from their farm. Wood, wood, stone, stone, and 2 magic. Go magic, magic, boom, just like that. Build a cathedral, build it in my tableau. Do I have any build bonuses? Well, I have one here, but I already used it, and that's it. I'm done. All right, the bonus for building, remember I get a card. No cathedral cards out there or shrine cards. So let's grab it from the top of the deck, and it's a fountain. Awesome. All right, so I built a card, so it's gonna go up there. Now they can follow. Obviously, they're gonna build. I think it goes without saying at this point. So let's see. They have all the resources in the world. Let's see. I think what they're gonna do is they're just gonna build a harbor. 1 point per. It's getting ready for the end of the game. I mean, they only have to build 4 more things, and the end is gonna trigger. So they're gonna go for the end game scoring stuff. So they're gonna do this. Obviously, they have enough, and they're gonna just get these coins back. So let them just build it. So it's gonna be wood. Apple is from here, and then a stone, sort of thing. All right, there you go. They followed. Now they're first player. Oh, they're gonna go up by 1, so they're at 9, so they're almost at the end game. So they're gonna get this stuff back. All right, so now what do I want to do? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, they can build and just build a hideout and push the end game because they know that my buddy won't be able to build it again. So you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna build wood, build this in my tableau. I built the wood. I get to draw a card for that. Let's draw off the top of the deck. And look at that. It's another Underworld card. Although I think I already have this one, Forge's Den. And I don't have that one. That's actually perfect. Keen Blade, Witch's Hut. There you go. Done. So they're done. Go to over here. Could they build? They can't build. They only have an apple and they won't have enough in total. Actually, they could pay my buddy 1 wood and they'll have 2 apples from that, and that's going to give them an apple. Actually, no, they don't even have any coins to pay for it, so never mind. They can't build anything. So they're done. Their turn's over. Let's go over here. They're going to get all their coins back. All right, so this player here, I think what they're going to do is they're going to tax to get a ton more coins so that they can end up recruiting in the next few turns. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to pick the tax action. All right, the tax action is going to give them a coin by default and a card. I think they're just going to take the top of the deck. All right. And then looking at the cards here, they're going to get another gold because of the cathedral. So boom, just like that. All right, so they're done. Their follow action for tax is drawing a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's draw off the top of the deck. There you go, done. All right, let's jump over to here. So we're almost done. Actually, I did forget to give it to them. So they're at 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so they're at 10 to the red players 8. So they got more buildings, but remember, we do have to score at the end of the game. All right, so what do they want to build? Because they have a ton of coins, I think one thing that they might want to do is get the Bard, because the Bard will score them an extra point for each of their gold. And if they're going to have 6 gold, that's an extra 6 points. So to get that, though, they're missing a helmet. So looking at their hand, they can build one of these 3 helmets. I think they're going to just go for the... oh, I forgot to get this back. Sorry. Let's just go for the one that gives you the most points at this point. So let's just go for the headquarters. All right, so let's build the headquarters. So this is going to be a wood, stone, another stone. So let's put it here, and a magic. Boom, like that. So they're going to build this. All right, for building, whoops, you can do a build action. So for building, draw a card. Ah, man, they really want to try to get another of these Underworld, but I think they end up having all of them already, so I don't think that really matters. So let's just grab off the top of the deck. So the hideout, they already have the hideout, so they can't build it again. So that's done. So they built, so this is their future builds. They can spend 2 cards to get a coin. Not bad. Let's jump to my buddy here, who's definitely going to want to build. So let's see, fountain, I don't have, an oracle, I have. So I don't need to build the oracle. So let me build the fountain. Is that what I want to do? I could also get another hammer to get this one here. I could also race for this one because I can actually get this one this turn because I know my friend wants it, so I might steal it from him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the per helmet. I'm only going to have the most helmets. Although he has no helmet, so I'm going to have the most helmets. So it's going to be an extra 3 points. So let me build this one. So it's going to be a 2 stone, 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 a wood, and an apple. All right, so this one's going to go in my tableau. All right, it doesn't give me anything right now, but I did do a build, so I do have a symbol here and nothing else, so I'm done. All right, there you go. Goes to here. Get all my coins back. All right, so obviously I know what I want to do. I want to do a recruit action, and I do want to get the bard. All right, actually I forgot to add it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm at 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, he's at 11. So you know what? If they do a recruit or a build, it triggers the end game. All right, but it is what it is. So I'm going to spend a coin to do a recruit, and I'm definitely going to recruit the bard, which is end game scoring. All right, and that's pretty much my action. It cost me a coin. Now, do I have any recruit cards out here? Develop, tax, develop, build. No. So they're pretty much done. It's going to jump to my buddy over here. So that brings me to 10. Now, if they're able to recruit, they're going to bring them over to 12, and that's going to trigger the end game. So they have 2 coins. And let's see. They can spend 2 coins to get 2 points. They can go get that one that's 3 points. So they're netting a 1 point. Because at the end of the game, each of these coins is just 1 point. So they have to decide. But they think they're ahead, so they'd rather finish the game now to not give me another chance to do another build and build a better building. So I think they are going to spend their 2 coins. They're going to recruit something up here. Let's see, 2 hammers. They can grab this one. So this one's actually going to be a point plus another 2 points because of their hammer. So this is going to be a net of 1. That's a net of 1. You know what? It's all the same. They're going to recruit this one. It's going to bring them to 12. Boom. That's going to trigger the end game because somebody hit 12 in total and everyone's done their action. So you still finish off the round. So if, let's say this is player 2 and this is player 3 and 4, they'll all finish off their follow actions. And then you're done. You're going to go to end game scoring. All right, end game scoring. So let's get rid of this action card. Let's get rid of everyone's cards in their hands because they're worth absolutely nothing. All right. And what you do during end game scoring, even your developed stuff makes absolutely no difference. Okay. So during end game scoring, you're going to score 3 things. First, all the purple icons on all your buildings. Right, you're going to add all that together. Second, if you have any of the cards that have end game scoring stuff on it, like this one, 1 point per hammer, so on and so on, that's you're going to score. And then after that, you're just going to score your coins at a 1-to-1 rate. So 1 coin equals 1 point. So let's say this player over here, they're going to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 base points. Then they're going to score an extra 3 here. So that's 19 plus 1 per 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Here, 25, 26. So they have 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So that's pretty simple. They have a total of 30. All right, let's jump over to the first player over here. Pretty much do the exact same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. 1 point per gold. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 22, 23, 24, 25 with this. 27, 28, 29. Oh boy. There you go, 29. And plus I score my gold, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. So there you go. So they won. They had 34. They had 30. That's how you play. Let me know if I made any mistakes on the way. But there you go. So we'll see you in the next one later.